Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. Tonight, I'm going to take you through the club accounts for the financial statements for the period 1st of August 2018 to the 31st of July 2019. So you see from the accounts that our income for the year is £27,489. That's mainly made up of training fees, money we get in from the Jimmy Irvine 10K, and different other activities we put on through the year. You see from the accounts, we bring in £11,000 from training fees and £12,000 from the Jimmy Irvine, which are two big income earners. But you'll see down below, we have expenditure relating to Jimmy Irvine. When we then move on to look at the expenditure, you'll see that we've got £1,000, which we've called collection charges, and that's simply the charges we have to pay Web Collect for gathering in all of our training fees and also the entry money for the Jimmy Irvine 10K. On top of that, then we have what we call our training costs, and basically this is what we have to pay for Nethercraig, St Francis, and our training day. You'll see also that we've got an expense in there of £225 for coaching. That was when we had Callum Hawkins still working for us, so that was the last payment we made for him. So there's £4,827 worth of training costs in there. We then have other costs to run the charity, which is subscriptions, which is basically to Scottish Athletics and also to Glasgow Athletics. The other running club costs that we have are bursary grants, which were paid to our athletes who have represented Scotland in cross country. So we pay a bursary towards their travel and hotel costs. We then have race fees, and this is all the fees that the club pays so that we can enter cross-country races, etc. We then move on to the club championship prizes, and obviously everybody who completes the club champs gets a prize, and that's the costs for that. The other ones are really just expenditure in running the company, in running the charity, and you'll see that the last one there is the mob march, which is what we pay as our proportion for running the mob march. As I said earlier, we bring in about £12,000 for the Jimmy Irvine 10K. You see there that we've also got about £8,174 of costs in relation to the Jimmy Irvine 10K. However, that still leaves us with a profit of £3,865. So the Jimmy Irvine is a really good earner for the club and helps us pay for some of the running costs. You then see down below that, which I've just called our social events. So that's Christmas party, awards night, etc. You will see on the income that we do bring in some money in relation to some of these things as well. We then have a £448, which is a charity donation, and that's what we pay to the hospice as part of the fees that we get in for the Jimmy Irvine. People can make a donation, and we pass that on to the hospice. We then have £168, what we've just classified as sundry expenditure. Basically, what we've done there was that was when we bought some club equipment, like purchased a new tent, and we had to pay for some postage to get out some of the club champ prizes. So overall, we have expenditure of £23,850. What that really means is for that year, we made a profit of £3,639. So the club was in surplus for that year. The other thing we look at is what was our cash balances. So we started the year with £15,796 in the bank, and we ended the year with £19,435. So again, we ended the year very strong. So it's been a good year for the club. If we then want to go on and look at where we currently are at the moment, because we have a big gap there simply because of the way the AGM has happened in the COVID. You'll see here what I've got is I've got a set of accounts as at the end of April, and on the screen you'll see we've got April as we were this year and April who we were last year. So you see the total income for this period is £27,372 compared to last year at this point we'd gathered in £25,122. The main increases there have been more club fees and more money coming in from the Jimmy Irvine 10K. There's also some things in there, like we've got club cycle tops, so that's really just an in and an out. We bought club cycle tops, we paid for them, got the money in, and you'll see the costs down below. So when we look at the expenditure side, when we said before, the collection charges are just the money to collecting the training fees and to collecting the gym and money. It's quite similar. In relation to training costs, you see there's a jump from last year at this point, which was £4,795 up to £5,361. The main jump there is the use of nethercraigs. Obviously, we're going to track every 2 weeks now, so obviously we're having to pay a bit more for that. But again, that's money getting put in towards us all as athletes there. And also what we've got in there is we had to pay for the Emirates for our club training day, which was a great success. Subscription is quite similar. It's just the Scottish Athletics and Glasgow Athletics. You then look at club costs. They're all quite similar. Another increase you'll see is a bit more in race fees. We have entered more people into more races, which is great. The club has paid for that. You'll also see that the club championship prizes was a bit more this year, but I think you'll all agree that we had great prizes. It's a great incentive to do the club champs. The other things that are basically just the cost we've had to pay to keep the club running. When we look down again at the Jeremy Irvine, the cost this year jumped up slightly to £9,952. Last year it was £8,174. But that's still a surplus for us of £3,433. So again, just reiterating how important the Jeremy Irvine to us as a money generator. The other areas you'll see there are just some of the other things that we spent the year. The donations have gone up slightly. That was because we paid a £300 donation towards Queen's Park Run to help get that up off the ground, and the remaining £392 was in relation to the hospice on the back of the Jeremy Irvine again. What that really means is, at this point last year, we had a surplus of £2,700. Where we're at the moment, we have a slight deficit of 1,294. But you see the reason, I think, for that deficit is that we've actually paid more for us all as members. We paid more to get use of nethercraigs. We paid more in relation to club fees and a wee bit more on the club kit. So still nothing to worry about. And in relation to where we are at the moment in COVID, as you all know, we have suspended our training fee, but all our costs have reduced as well. So we're not paying for nethercraigs, we're not paying for things like that. So all we've got small bills to pay. So at the moment, it sort of negates each other out. The club is still in a healthy position at the moment, and that's why we can keep continuing doing the suspension to the fees if we want.